Right, in theory, we should be back. I said about 10 minutes. Sorry, it turns out that showing another video within my video caused it to crash. So I need to update the homework now. Right, someone's back. Hello, welcome back. Sorry, it all crashed. It all crashed. New links on Glass charts. So people, people with like, what's happened to there? It all went wrong. It all went wrong. I just keep updating the timer a little bit. Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? I got my 2 viewers back who I knew definitely were watching. I had like 5 a minute ago. So apologies. What happened was I showed the what did I show? I was showing that video. Showing that video obviously messed it up because it was like, oh, copyright infringement. So I apologise for that. That's what happened. But yeah, hopefully we've got it fixed now. And so just a reminder what we're doing. What Prospero, I wanted to reach them, but obviously I won't go that far. Prospero is only powerful because of his magical powers. Do you agree, and why? So do you think he's only powerful because he's magic, so everyone respects him and is scared of him? Do you think he's powerful because of his former role in Italy when he was the Duke of Milan? Do you think he's only powerful because he's old and elderly? I don't know, some few suggestions there. Like I say, you can use quotes to support your points. If you want to search up the book, luckily I've got the book here, but obviously you haven't. Okay. So here's the book. So you want to search up the book, Google it. Oh, 3 viewers now. Please, like I said, let me know if you are watching, and then nice too. I got your 2 house points added on. The 2 people who are talking in the chat got those added on. So yeah, if you are watching, the third person, whoever that may be, please send me an email, and I'll make sure you get the house points for watching. So you have about 8 minutes left because I messed up. I did mess up. I mean, showing that video messed it up. It was like, how dare you stream something that already exists on YouTube? Must remember that, Mr. Yates, for future videos, that I can't stream videos that are already on YouTube. Lesson learned. I hope that lesson still exists. Oh well, we probably got taken down. I won't save on there now, will it? Oh well. Anyway, this is the most important bit. So, Prosper is only powerful because of his magical powers. Do you agree? Why? About 6 minutes left. Like I said, any questions, please let me know. Hello, the whole family. You got the wrong your, by the way. The person who just wrote your. You need a little apostrophe because it's you are. So just move the timer for the moment. It for your, obviously when it's like that, it's You're on my you're on my laptop, so that'd be the you need. Okay, just a little bit of education wherever I can put it in. Anyway, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So if you've got any work you want to send in, email it to me. Submission box is open on Class Charts as well. I don't know how it works from your end, but submission box is open. So if you want to send it through the submission box, feel free to send it in that way. You have about 5 minutes remaining. About 4 minutes remaining. You know, tell me you've done it. I've done finished for ages. Well done for completing the challenge. Obviously, I've got to still give you time even if people aren't watching because it'll be live uploaded afterwards. Hopefully, if I don't get cut off again, it'll be uploaded afterwards, so you can go back to it and watch it if you miss something, or people who are doing their exercises maybe be joining us in about 1 minute. We'll suddenly have a flurry of activity. Maybe, who knows? They missed out on the good fun. We'll tell them that I did like handstand or something cool like that. 3 minutes ish. 3 minutes. Well done if you completed the challenge as well. What else to suggest? Let's think about how to make this a bit more fun. So you think about Prospero is only powerful. Do you agree and why? Okay, so you've got that angle. Think about some people may disagree with your point of view because. So if you think he's powerful, he is only powerful because of his powers. Say why you think other people may think he's not powerful because of his power. Not what? So if you think he's only powerful because of his powers, give the opposite point of view. So Prospero is not because of his powers is he powerful. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so if you don't think he's powerful because of his powers, you think he's powerful because of other things, explain why other people may think he's powerful because of his powers. So give the opposite sort of solution. So you've got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. So you've done the challenge, do the extra, the challenging challenge, I'll call it. The challenging challenge. The challenging challenge if you've done the challenge, because that'll be more challenging than the challenge. Where we go, getting it through now. Oh, scroll down. I've got to turn my head a little bit for this one. Okay, don't forget your apostrophe on don't. The person just emailed me. And capital letter for the name of Ariel. And your Prospero capital letter. Feel weird. Yep, nice point about the harpy. Lovely, so make sure you have capital letter in your Arials. Your names need capital letters, and don't forget your apostrophe and don't after the end, because you're getting rid of a letter. So make sure when you get rid of a letter, you have the apostrophe after the end. Sorry that I had to turn my head like that. That's okay. I don't mind. I could do it. I could turn my head. It's not a problem. I got about less than a minute left. See, look, I can give live feedback. See, all these people telling me it's not the most efficient way. This is the most efficient way to teach, I believe. Oh, what have I done now? I've opened something I shouldn't open. Oh, that made me jump as well. It's time's up. It's the first time that's worked all week. Brilliant. Time's up. Let's let that run out now. So hopefully you've done that. I've seen some examples of work. Brilliant. Well done. There'll be house points going your way for tuning in later on and obviously doing the work as well, which is brilliant. And I've obviously given you live feedback, which is also good because we can improve your work that way. So what we're going to do now is, I'll say we, what I'm going to do now is read the, oh, and you should have really left that on a bit longer. Read the extract of when Caliban enters on page 141. 141, I'll find the right page. 141. Obviously, you don't have this book in front of you because you don't have the text with you because, I mean, I only grabbed this one last second on the way out. I thought, oh, do you think I should grab a text? I mean, I do have another copy if needs be, but still find the page. 141. It's quite near the end. We are quite near the end. So 141 from Enter Caliban. Who holds the power and why? Visualize. Oh, just got another email. So before I start reading, I should probably check that. Something like that. I need to get it as far away enough so I can get to the bottom of the page. Like that. Whee! It's probably a bit too close. I've made the angle like that. We'll get there. We'll get there. There we go. Lovely. So, I'm going to read from Enter Aerial Driving in Caliban, Stefano and Trinculo in the Stolen Apparel. I'm going to read that in just 20 seconds just to check my email, make sure it's not someone. Lovely. Right, and then as soon as I check that one, I get another email. Lovely. Right, doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, right. Anyway, moving on. So, obviously, this is when my range of voices have to come in to show you the different people doing different voices so you can tell the different characters, which is going to be fun. So, Enter Ariel driving Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo in their stolen apparel. Stefano. Every man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune. Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio. So in Italian, coraggio means courage. Fun fact. Trinculo, if these be true spies which I wear in my head, here's a godly sight? Godly sight. Caliban, oh Setebos, these be brave spirits indeed. How fine my master is, I am afraid. He will chastise me. So, Setebos is Caliban's and Sycorax is God. So everyone in real life obviously has their own like sort of god they worship. The god that Caliban and Sycorax worship is Setebos. And I better make sure the stream's still working because that'd be annoying, wouldn't it? If I was talking and no one was listening. It's still working. It's fine. So he will chastise me. Sebastian. So Sebastian's in this as well. Ha ha! What things are these, my lord Antonio? Will money buy 'em? Antonio. Very like. One of them is a plain fish, and no doubt marketable. So obviously plain fish describing Caliban there. Prospero. Mark but these badges of these men, my lords, then say if they be true. This mishapen knave, his mother was a witch, and one so strong that could control the moon, make flows and ebbs, and deal in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a one, had plotted with them to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness I acknowledge mine. Caliban, I shall be pinched to death. Alonso, fun. Is not this Stefano, my drunken butler? Sebastian. He is drunk now. Where had he wine? Alonso. And Trinculo is reeling ripe. Where should they find this grand liquor that hath glided 'em? To Trinculo. He camest thou in his pickle? So then Trinculo replies, I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last that I fear me will never out of my bones. I shall not fear fly blowing. Sebastian. Why, how now, Stefano? Stefano. Oh, touch me not. I am not Stefano, but a cramp. Prospero. You be king o' the Isles, sirrah? Stefano. I should have been a sore one then. Alonso, gesturing to Caliban, so maybe going, oh, Caliban. This is a strange thing as e'er I looked. Prospero. He is as disproportioned in his manners as is in his shape. Go, sirrah, to my cell. Take with you your companions as you look to have my pardon. Trim it handsomely. Ay, that I will, and I'll be wise thereafter, and seek for grace. What a thrice double ass was I to take this drunkard for a god, and worship this dull fool. So obviously Caliban's now realising, oopsie, fallen for a drunk person, silly me. I thought they're magical. Turns out they're not. Caliban, aye, that I will, and I'll be... Oh, read that one. Prospero, go to away. Alonso, hence and bestow your lodges where you find it. Sebastian, or stole it rather. Exit Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo. So in that little section, I want to know who you think holds the power. I know who I think holds the power. So if you want to Google it and find it, it's Act 5, Scene 1, that scene. So you want to find that scene just so you could refer to it and read over it. I'll do the little synopsis in a minute. So I'll set you 5 minutes to answer that question in your book. Okay, and I'll read out the little synopsis of what happened in the scene in a moment while I make sure everyone's not sending me chats like I don't get it. Like I say, if there's something you're struggling with, let me know, email me, put it on the chat, and then we'll sort it out there. So 5 minutes, sort that one out. So in that section I just read, Prospero promises to explain. He sends Ariel to fetch Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo. They arrive. Caliban admires the courtiers. Prospero describes the drunkards and admits responsibility for Caliban. Trinculo staggers about and Stefano has severe cramps. Ordered by Prospero to behave, Caliban hopes for wisdom and forgiveness. He rejects Stefano. Prospero invites Alonso and the others to hear his story. Okay, I think I know who holds the power in this bit, but you decide. And think the reasons why. Who's the one giving the orders? Who follows the orders? But who's truly the one taking power away maybe from someone else who had it before? What is the symbol of power? How do we know they're powerful? Oh, 4 viewers, we're up in now. So if you are watching, thank you for finally joining. Woo! Send me an email, possibly, or send me a chat message to say you're now watching. I'll give you the likes for tuning in live. My guess is that that PE bloke doing his stretches is finally finished. You missed the beginning. It was good. We're doing high fives and cartwheels and all that. You missed all that. Yeah. Make sure it's still on. Right. Switch that off. Helps for turning mic on. In terms of the question that we are on, thinking about that. Make sure I go back to live. Right. Yeah. Right. Oh, finally got some other people joining. Woo! Well done. You joined late. You missed the beginning. You won't be able to find the beginning again because Mr. Yates got told off by the government. Effectively, I did, didn't I? So, why is... I'll extend the time a little bit. Why is Caliban... Oh, there we go. Okay, that one. Make sure I've selected you on Clash Charts. So why is Caliban... No, I don't want that one. I want this one. Why is Caliban so powerful? So if I change it to this one down here. The time is still going in the background. You could probably hear it. So I've read out the scene. Obviously, you've all missed that. If you've just tuned in late, you can watch back when this goes up later on. Obviously, I can't help you with it. That's the downside. So who holds the power? So what does it mean to be powerful? What does it mean to be powerful? So I would say, who are the most powerful people in the country? I'd probably go with the Queen, Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. Who else is powerful? And the police, I guess, have quite a few powerful because they tell us off if we're doing anything, especially the fun police and the YouTube police. That's another story. Okay, so who are the powerful people in this country? I would say they're the powerful people in this country. Just breaking down what powerful means. Why are they powerful? Well, the Queen, she's in charge of all the swans. I mean, you can't be more powerful than that, being in charge of swans. Prime Minister creates new laws and tells us if we can go inside or outside, which is very important and obviously key. And the police have a lot of power because they can tell us what to do and arrest us if we break the rules. So they're very powerful as well. So in terms of Prospero and this scene we just read, who are the powerful characters in there? So I would say Prospero is powerful because Caliban respects him. Not respects him. Okay, and he changes the power of the scene, doesn't he? He gets Caliban from another group who was respecting those drunkards, Trinculo and Stefano. He convinces them of the wrong-uns of his way, the wrong lookings, the wrong perspective of his way, the wrongs of his ways, and managed to convince him to come back. Okay, so I'd say Prospero, in my opinion, Prospero holds the power, and I just explained the reason why. So, in my opinion, Prospero holds the power. Okay, that's the reason why. I'm going to leave that there for the moment. That's how much time we've got left. We've got about 2 minutes left on this question now. Okay, so that's that one. Oh, I could always just zoom out a little bit, can I? From side by side. Up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. There you go. It's just a bit small now, isn't it? But there we go. There's some tips if anyone was struggling with that. Oh, so we got people joining in late. Nice. Like I said, I'm sure you're all working out to the PE bloke that everyone's going crazy over. So it didn't help that Miss Pengelly told you to do it, did it? But hey, I don't blame her. It's important to exercise because if you don't, then you end up looking lovely. Yeah. So if you just wrote that, the person just wrote that comment because obviously I don't want to give away names and stuff. Yes, that's fine. Prospero holds the power. Oh, Caliban, lovely, great answer. As long as you can explain why. So why do you think these people hold the power? You can have a little debate in the chat. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I think that was the time up trying to tell me it was up bits, wasn't it? Like that, instead of like going full whack. So it's your choice. Obviously you think holds the power. It's your, as long as you can explain now. Explain why. Yes, I know you end the lesson all the time. I appreciate that. Yeah. So why do you think Prospero holds power? Why do you think Caliban holds the power? Feel free to send it to me in an email if you don't want to send it in the chat. That's fine, okay? So why does Prospero hold the power and why does Caliban hold the power? I personally put Prospero holds the power, but I'm not going to disagree with you because I can see why Caliban holds power. Prospero holds the power because Caliban respects him. And obviously Caliban was following the orders of Trinculo and Stefano. Now time's up, I'm going to this one. So obviously Caliban was following the orders of Trinculo and Stefano and was like mesmerised by him because of their drunkenness. Because he thought, oh, they must be magical and powerful. But obviously they weren't. This doesn't look like my hand, does it? It looks like it could be someone else's hand. Sorry, I get distracted easily. That's why I put Prospero. However, you could also argue Caliban because that's who everyone's fighting over, and the same as who really holds the power in the country, isn't it? Is it the people or the person who's being followed? If the people all said they don't like that person, then that person has no power. Whereas Caliban, if he's suddenly turned around and goes, right, actually, I'm not going to listen to Stefano and Tranquillo anymore. They don't. Caliban's the one holding the power because everyone wants his gratification. Gratification, lovely word. So everyone wants his word, his following to show I'm powerful because even Caliban will follow me. Just like an endorsement, like someone famous, someone respectable, wanting to follow. Oh, I went a bit off on one then, didn't I? That was deep. That was deep. That was good. That sounded almost like I knew what I was on about, didn't it? Wow. Good. Right, mark up the calendar. This home education thing goes really well, doesn't it? Mr. Yates finally knows what he's on about. Tick. Well, at least he does sound like it. Oh, we don't need the timer anymore, do we? So, oh, don't want the green box everywhere. Lovely. So, which character is more powerful? Oh, it's a great debate we just led on to. It's almost like I forgot I did this because I planned it weeks ago before we all went off, didn't we? Anyway, which character is more powerful, Caliban or Prospero? To think about the context of the play, think of why they're on the boat in the first place, where they've led up onto, why have they got there in that way. Quotes from the play. Obviously, it's going to be difficult to include quotes from text, but I'll reiterate. If you go onto Google, and just type in the full text of the Tempest, it should. Where's my thing gone? It should pop up. Okay, so you go onto Google, the whole Tempest, it will pop up because it's free online. Okay, so put the whole Tempest text on Google, it will pop up. The reasons that they may have power. So why do you think Caliban has power? Why do you think Prospero has power? Okay, we've been through some of those reasons already. So write them up in a full paragraph. Okay, I would, if I was going to write this, which I may, because I have paper out here. I've got my paper out my classroom before I left. Before I can't go back again. So I may write a version of this myself in the corner in a moment. Okay, so the reasons they may have power, the reasons they may have lost power. Okay, so I'm going to start the timer. For how long have we got? It's a bit long, isn't it? 10 minutes. In the hope that that's worked. Got an email, lovely. So I'm just going to look at this question here. Prospero's powerful because Caliban respects him in different ways and also wants people to respect him, and they do. Lovely answer. Well done to the person who just sent me that email. Lovely. Do it as a PZEC if you wish. PZEC would be brilliant, okay? PZEC would be a great way to do it. So if I go on to here, make this one slightly bigger because I have the space to do it. Oh, look at that. Mr. Yates skin all posh and fancy. Zoom it out a little bit. Okay, we'll have that going in the corner up there. If I grab my paper. I've still got my mic on, yeah, I have. It's still moving. So, that's going to get annoying. If it runs out of time, I'll let you know. So if I was going to do this as a full essay question, which would be really mean to me, but hey, I'd have my introduction, okay? My introduction is what I'd start off with. Okay, it was a bit small, wasn't it? I'll just write to the screen, it'll be fine. Introduction. There's a massive lump in the desk, by the way, that's why I can't write properly. So I like writing, it goes off one way, so apologies, my handwriting's awful. So, introduction. In this introduction, maybe involve the context of the play. So this play, no, put all that context stuff you know. Is written by, you know who, by, okay. Oh, when they lived. You know the date it was written as well. When the play was written. It's a really awkward angle to write at. My handwriting is not the best. Written. When the play was written, okay? So that'll be my introduction. Little introduction. Then I'll go into the main part, okay? So, I think that Prospero / Caliban. You choose one. Obviously, don't write slash Caliban or Caliban slash Prospero, because that'd be very frustrating. I see the stream keeps passing out a bit. Don't panic. There we go. Oh, perfect again. Healthy. Lovely. I think that Prospero slash Caliban is more powerful. That's your point. Your evidence. An example of this would be, if you haven't got the quote from the play, just use like, next one would be when Caliban did this, okay? Dot, quote there. I've still got more space. I thought it wasn't going to go that wide. Lovely. Oh, there we go. Point, evidence, explain. Okay, so this is because, or this is an example because, dot, zoom. Because zoom's going to be a bit more difficult, okay, because you haven't got a word to zoom in on. So if you can't do it, don't worry, but you know, to zoom in on one word. Okay, zoom in on one word and write everything you can about the effect of the word. If you've got a quote, if you haven't got the quote, don't panic, there's no point to do it. Effect. The effect on the audience is. Okay, think about the effect on the audience. Normally you say the effect on the reader, but of course this is a play, it's the effect on the audience. And again, you can finish with a little bit of context. I go for the context within the play. So what do I mean by the context within the play? I mean, so the first one's a context of the play in terms of Shakespeare writing it. Whereas the context within the play is the area in the play is this is when this is happening. It's a bit before this bit of the play, is a bit after that bit, okay? So that's the way I'd describe it. Lovely. And if I can put your timer down there, it's going to cover it up. Okay, that's how much time we've got left. We've got about 6 minutes left. Any further questions, let me know. Okay, I'll leave it like that. If I could, nah, it's going to be too small to read otherwise. My handwriting's not the best, I appreciate that. You knew that anyway. But writing at a funny angle was never going to improve it any further, was it? So we've got four viewers. We've got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. Any questions you've got, please send them in. Will I put house points on for tuning in? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got the 4 people I think are watching. Yeah, well done. So choose a ward. I'm sure some of you are working out. I'm glad the working out went well. Volunteering in class. Oh, there we go. See, Heather Beding to show that I'm doing it. Oh, just go back to that one. There we go. We have about 4 minutes left. Oh, before it disappears. 4 minutes left. Can have a drink while I can. I haven't had a drink all day. Okay, this was meant to last the whole lesson. Wow. Obviously, I thought we were going to do magic tricks for a bit longer. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that, the help now, just to give you a bit more time. Okay, so just to reiterate the help before it disappears. Introduction. This play was written by William Shakespeare. You know that. So when did they live? Explain they lived during this time. The play was written. Hopefully you remember the date, because I do. 1610, 1611, 1611, 1611, 1612, I think it was. 1610, 1611-ish. The play was written I think Prospero / Caliban is more powerful. The reason I think this is because, so an example of this would be this. So an example of this would be when Prospero steals Caliban off because Caliban's following the orders of Prospero. This is because yada 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 yada. Zoom in on one word if you've got a quote. If you haven't, you can skip the zoom. That's fine by me. The effect on the audience for this would be, and then this bit happens. This part happens beginning, middle, end, play. Okay, that's how I do that. Okay, so we've got about 3 minutes remaining. Looks like we'll finish the lesson early. If you've got work, send it through, and I'll live mark it and read it out if it's really, really good. I'm getting some of it in now. Lovely. Oh, great. Here we go. So make sure, person who just sent this in, make sure you're writing full sentences. Say, so I think that Prospero is more powerful. This is because he controls the island and has, I can't see the end of it, unfortunately, because of it, just the way it's ended off. It's fine, no problem. And has powers or strength or something like that. With this evidence on how Prospero has strong powers, okay, so it is strong powers, perfect. Has strong powers and controls most things on the island. The effect on the audience could be how they get emotional, could be happy. So which bits gets them emotional? Which magical moments get them emotional, or could make them happy? Maybe the magical moment. So one to get emotional, I'd say, is when the boat's sinking. Okay, and Prospero obviously made the boat sink, so that'd be one moment that I say. It gets emotional. One that makes them happy would be when Caliban's tricked, or the harpy, maybe. That could be a happy moment in a sort of way. Shakespeare writes the play as a play with all sorts of characters and magic. Lovely answer there, okay? So just giving those top tips to expand it a little bit, okay? So, again, make sure you're writing full sentences. Okay, that is time up. I can extend it a little bit. I'll extend it a little bit more. I think that Prospero is more powerful because I think I worked out how it works now. This one, you gotta go too far and then put it back again. I think Prospero is more powerful because he controls the island and has strong powers. Lovely. Okay, so just make sure you write into full sentences. Sorry, I got distracted by another email that I just popped in. See, this is great. This is great. Everyone wants to be part of my tutor group, don't they? So we have about 5 minutes left. Extended by 5 minutes. Oh, I just nearly broke it. Go back to that one. If you really do want to send your work in, send it in and I'll look over it. I can't look over it if you don't send it in. I know we have 15 minutes left. I've realised that. But we're going to finish early, I think, today, because this is the last bit I had planned to do. Which is always good fun. And even the stream went out in the middle of it as well, and so we'll finish a little bit early. Yeah, gives me 15 minutes to do more. In terms of people who may be interested, because you're the ones who are interested, clearly, because you're watching. In terms of your lessons your lesson tomorrow, have you got a lesson tomorrow? I went the wrong way. I was looking at Tuesday then. In terms of your lesson tomorrow, I'm seeing if I can get hold of a copy of a stage version of Tempest. The one that I really like is it's quite a powerful one. It's an all-female cast of the Tempest, and I think it'd be really cool for you to watch. And it's not 2 hours and a half long, which the Globe one is. It's an hour and 45 long, so it saves you 45 minutes. Yeah, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but I think it'd be really cool for you to watch. I'm not going to live stream it because it will be too long for the lesson slot, so I'll upload it if I can, and I'll put the link into class charts for tomorrow. I got confused and I was like, what? Okay, so that's what we'll do for tomorrow in terms of tomorrow's lesson. But yeah, I have 3 minutes left. I mean, we could even watch the beginning of it, but no, let's not watch the beginning of it. Could put the trailer. No, I'm not going to watch the trailer. Can't believe I didn't plan more. Maybe I thought I did. Maybe I didn't finish this lesson like I thought. Is this meant to be your assessment? Oh, no, this was meant to be your assessment. That's why. That's what's confused me. This was meant to be your assessment, but obviously it's not going to be an assessment piece because you're not at school. So I would have built up to it more, gone through it a bit more, gone through quotes, would have read the play a little bit more. That's what I would have done. But of course, we aren't in school. So it would have made more sense then, wouldn't it? Why I've left so much time. I was confused. I was so confused. I was like, why is Mr. Yates giving you so much time to do this? Make that a bit smaller. There we go. I hope you've all kept up with your work as best you can. I know it's difficult to do your work when at home. Trust me, I know it's difficult to work at home. But hopefully you've tried your best to keep up with it. I know I'm not all your tutors, and I'm some of your classes tutor. But if there's any troubles getting hold of your tutor, you know, you can always come to me and I'll sort things out. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, make sure you keep on top of work. The only cool one doing live streams, because you know Mr. Yates is so cool. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, we see. Let people email me now. That's good. Ignore that one. That's one you ignore. See, ignore. So we have about 1 minute left. 1 minute. Then we'll finish it off there. My other video is going to be removed, isn't it? And I'm going to have to send an email being like, yeah, just remove that bit where it all went wrong. I hope you're enjoying this style of lesson. I know some people are just getting Seneca, and I know a few people are getting bored of Seneca now because every single lesson seems to be Seneca. And that is your time up. So, if you've got any work, feel free to send it to me or email it to me. Oh, send it to email to me. It's like the same thing, isn't it? Feel free to send it to me, and then I will look over it. Submission box should be open on Class Charts. Not sure how that works, but we'll try our best. Make sure that you have. Nothing else to say about that. Tomorrow, like I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, depends if copyright will let me. I'll upload a version onto YouTube. It'll be a private link, so please don't share it, because otherwise, you know, I'll get in trouble for it. Possibly worse than that. So make sure you do that. And in terms of the lesson, I think that is everything done for today. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that. No, I'm joking. You don't have to. It'd be cool if you did. I mean, we've got quite a few subscribers already. I mean, so if anyone's interested in anything else, I'm thinking about maybe starting some reading stuff because you haven't got access. Not everyone has access to books. So I'm going to do some reading stuff eventually. Don't know what I mean by stuff, but do reading stuff eventually. Trying to think what you are doing after Easter. So obviously, got one more lesson. This is the last time you'll see me and speak to me, though. Well, it's weird saying see me and speak to me. Last time you see me, not last time you speak to me. After Easter. Oh, I forgot its opposites. Doing this, we're doing. Oh no. Oh, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Okay, so that'll be doing some Frankenstein stuff. After Easter, really good book. I'm meant to be the one in charge of it, but I'm not anymore because I wasn't in on the day that it was getting sorted out. Okay, so that's what we're doing after Easter. Lovely. I've just got someone to work. So before we finish, I think Prospero is more powerful. Lovely. Make sure you don't forget your capitals. An example of this would be, if thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in the knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters. The author uses this, lovely, playwright, or Shakespeare uses this, I would prefer, to show how Prospero's, capital P, apostrophe, and Prospero's powers are used. A word that shows this, make sure you just watch your spelling, I know it's probably a typo, is rend, because it shows, because it is how he uses his powers. So just check what rend mean. I will rend, it means I will create, okay? So create is powerful in terms of, if I was going to use the word render. It creates, it shows, it transforms, how he uses his power. The effect on this is how people are made to feel emotions. The content of this is how he uses his power. The context of it, okay, it could be a typo. Okay, the effect on this, on the audience, it shows how he can use his magical powers or something like that. The context of this is how he uses his powers, okay? So he's a powerful person beginning to play. So why is he making, who is he threatening? Who is he threatening? So I think he's threatening Ariel or Caliban in this section. So the context of this is that Prospero is threatening Caliban or Caliban or Ariel because of this, and that's how you do that context. There we go. See that live feedback again. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, after Easter, we'll do Frankenstein. Final, really important message to finish off with. Make sure you're staying indoors, washing your hands with hot soapy water. If it's 20 seconds, or using hand sanitizer. I mean, I even took I got mine back from work before I left, so make sure you use that. Like I said, tune in next time for your lesson. I'll upload the video if I can make it work. Fingers crossed. Keep up to date with your work. This has been Mr. Yeats. Have a lovely day.